Of Victor Valdez have been key to Middlesbrough, gaining something from their recent trips to Arsenal and to Manchester City. But today there is an enforced change in front of him. George Friend's absence with a knee injury means Fabio makes his first Premier League appearance since losing to Chelsea with Cardiff 2.5 years ago. Gaston Ramirez is back in the setup after suspension, which means no place in the starting 11 for the one survivor from Borough's last win over Chelsea, Stuart Downing. Since then, Borough haven't even managed a goal against today's opponents, and Alvaro Negredo hasn't managed to find the net since his debut for the club. Chelsea have the same starting 11 for the 5th league match in a row, the first time they've done that in the Premier League era. But since they switched to a back three against Hull, not a single goal has been scored against them. The run has coincided with the introduction to the team of Marcos Alonso, who helped himself to a goal in the destruction of Everton last time out. The only concerns from the international break surrounded Diego Costa and Eden Hazard, but both are fit to take their places. Chelsea's wish list at the moment, he and Burnley's Michael Keane have been mentioned as possible long-term replacements for John Terry as Chelsea look to construct a homegrown team. Early ball looking for Gaston Ramirez, which is just beyond his reach.
What a terrific crossfield ball.
And he's picked out the Dutchman. It was a little behind him, but he retrieves it anyway. Negredo from the angle can only deliver a ball across, and there are no takers. Hazard. Alonso. They were playing Eden Hazard onside. He's got two in the middle to cut it back to. Costa was the target. Chambers in the way.
Disappointing cross in the end from Hazard. Lovely ball from Alonso.
Actually frustrated the intended pass. Moses looking for the gap.
Well, he's found himself a bit of room there. Fabio all at sea. He hasn't been playing much football, the fullback. Simple return pass and Fabio totally out of the game. At this point then the strike is wild and too far away from Alonso getting...
Alonso. Trying to find a way through to Costa. Behind for the Belgian, but killed by Fabio.
And the Borough players there to stay really focused and concentrated there. Daunting task from the likes of Hazard there. Now to turn here, Pedro pick out the pass. Initially does really well here. Bergkamp with the pass back puts Valdez under pressure. At this point he goes for
Hazard. Trying to set Victor Moses away, and it's pulled back. Oh, and Pedro is denied. It's a fine stop from Victor Valdez.
Oh, it's as good a stop as you'll hope to see. This is terrific play. Hazard again looking up, probing. He's cut out Ramirez. I think the centre-half Gibson's playing him on side as he gets in behind Ramirez. The pullback is good, and the most brilliant of touches from what looked like an exquisite finish. There you'll see the fingertips push it inches off.
Costa looking for room and delivers for Pedro right across towards Hazard, but that was anticipated by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was neither a good pass or a shot to the far post. It was somewhere in the middle. You can see it makes its way out to him, scavenging, and that's what Costa's doing there, and it finds its way across. Yeah.
Adama Traore. Conte trying to stick with him, but that's proving difficult. Great burst again from Traore. And Luiz with a header away. Barahan's cross. Ramirez got in Negredo's way.
He may have done, he just didn't get the type of header on it that he wanted. All started from a terrific run from Adama Traore. It doesn't look like there's anything on lots of Chelsea shirts now. I don't see too many people doing that to N'Golo Kante over the last year or so. Leaves him for dead. Ball isn't that good in, but it's still alive, and Negredo holds out in the far post. He's in underneath it, maybe.
And he's found Diego Costa, unselfishly laid off to Pedro, and the shot blocked. It's Alonso. Again, Valdez doing enough to keep it out, but he's actually been hurt.
What a run here from Hazard. Great with the ball inside. Costa decides to lay it off. You'll see here, Pedro lets fly. Nothing doing, but at this point, Alonso is the one who comes in as a shot and go, oh, it's his own man. I think it might be Fabio who's come in. Pedro's in front, Fabio's behind. Maybe Yeah, the back of his head that Fabio studs or his knee might have caught him. Pedro's in there in front. Oh, yeah, the back of the head there. It's a wonderful ball from Costa. Splits the two Borough players, comes out to Moses and tries to make himself a bit of room for the shot. Yeah, I think it may just have took a grip off Fabio. So he lets fly and it's not too far away either.
Costa! Middlesbrough's defence finally breached. They made a mess of the corner and Diego Costa pounces for his 10th of the season.
Yeah, nothing Valdez can do this time. The ball hops up in the air from the corner. It's not headed away very well. And I called him a scavenger earlier on, but he's the only one en route to see is there anything alive, anything going. He's the quickest to react. 4 Borough shirts in underneath this ball as it pops up in the air. But look at the one who's got it from the moment there was a chance that it might fall his way. He's off, he's alive, he's electric. And he puts it in the net to the great joy of this man.
Come in for Willian. Pedro's form has justified that inclusion, certainly. Here's Moses in towards Costa, falls there for Hazard. Alonso's the man over, and another fine save from Valdez, and then Chambers gets
good to get in, but Chambers comes across and does really, really well. Great start from Chelsea.
Into just below halfway, so it is very tight all round. Negredo wisely leaves it. Ramirez!
I was just saying, Negredo hadn't got much support. He was on his own a lot. He does really well here. He doesn't touch the ball, but it's as good as a good touch. He dummies it in the path of Ramirez, who takes a little bit of time and truth to get it onto his left foot. Might have been better had he whipped the right foot at this, but wanted it.
Conte. Moses. Chelsea have 5 up in the line there, but Middlesbrough got to try and flood forward for the break. And Ruiz intervenes. Looking for Costa, and he's picked him out. Oh, and it's off the bar from Pedro this time. Off the underside of the crossbar.
He hasn't scored it. Evan Lewis puts a wonderful cross in. Knows exactly where Costa is. Costa knows exactly where Pedro is. He knows where the top corner is.
Away to Adama Traore, who goes for goal and blazes it over, and Fisher and Negredo both left frustrated.
Yeah, and I thought with the tricks he got in his box that he'd have done something more than just ran a couple of yards at it and struck it. Thought he's going to drop his shoulder, pretend to go one way then the other instead.
And then finds Traore. Ramirez sets Adama Traore away. He's got Luis ahead of him to try and beat off. Negredo! Courtois making what's his first
behind him. This is the 3rd chance that opened up for Traore. This time he decides to play in the striker. And as it comes to him, it's way behind him. What a great touch to get him into a volley.